Good evening, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, depending upon where you are in the world. The video is just chugging along here. Okay, I think Facebook is catching up just a little bit here. I know I say that every time, huh? It just unfortunately that's Facebook. It takes a little bit for it to catch up. All right, I just got my notification for my live, so all of you should be getting it, and hopefully you'll be showing up real soon. So let me get my tablet all ready to go here too. I am without a moderator tonight, so usually on Table Talk Thursdays I don't have a moderator, but she does go out there and share some for me. Here we go. Pulling it up. All right, welcome. How's everyone doing today? All right, say hi when you come. Tonight is Table Talk Thursdays, and I decided this week to do something just a little bit different. And what is that? Hi, Mary. How are you? Hi, Natalie. Thank you for sharing this, Natalie. I do appreciate it. And so what am I doing this evening that's quite different? Normally every week we have a set topic of what we're going to discuss, right, and share about and so forth. And but this evening I just decided to kind of put it all out there and open up completely. In other words, I titled this Q&A. You bring the questions, I'll bring the answers. So here we are. Hi, Ashton. Thank you so much for sharing. And welcome to everybody who's here. Please take the opportunity to share this live on your timeline publicly and or to groups. And invite your friends. Also have them join us this evening. I know some people are going to pop on and off because lots of times when I go live, a lot of people are looking for the psychic readings, which is not tonight, but we do this because we love what we do. We love sharing. Where are my glasses? Oh my. I was wondering when someone was going to notice. That's a really good question. Kind of a long story, but I'll make it short. Hi, Opal. Long story short, I don't know if I can make it short. Everybody who knows me personally knows I love the long road. When I take the long road when I tell stories. And they're like, come on, Ray, just get to the detail. I'm like, this is part of the fun. So anyhow, love your hair tonight. You're looking good, Elyse. Thank you, sweetheart. Thank you. Where are my glasses? Okay, very long story. Long story. I've had eye issues. I had an eye trauma way back when, so forth, so on. Anyhow, I had to have a surgery redone. And that surgery, I've had a cornea transplant. I had an eye trauma, okay, in my left eye. And I had a cornea transplant. This goes back to '05. And I had to have it redone in 17, but it takes about a year and a half for it to really, like all the stitches to come out. Anyhow, so I was waiting to get a new prescription. I was waiting for that to do its thing. And then COVID hit. And for me, with COVID, my deal was I stayed home. I didn't go anywhere unless it was an absolute must. That's the way I chose to deal with it. That's what made me feel good. And so I couldn't go get my cataract surgery in my right eye done. And so anyhow, finally had the cataract surgery done, finally have my left eye healed, but because of the surgery in my right eye just recently, I have to let the medication go out of it. And so I can't have my eyes refracted until then, which is in about a week and a half. I actually now see better without my glasses. I struggle so badly with my glasses because the prescription's so old that actually I've taken to not taking them for the last week and a half, or wearing them for the last week and a half. So that's where my glasses are. They're not on me. Unless I'm doing close up, it'll help me. But otherwise, it's a struggle. So that's why I'm not wearing my glasses. But I will be having a new pair probably here pretty soon. So that's my story. You love it without the glasses. Well, thank you. Unfortunately, due to my eye trauma, though, in my left eye, I usually have to have some sort of protective type, and the glasses are it. And so even if I were to wear contacts, my left eye is extremely fragile. I have to be very careful. So that's my story. Hi, Jen. I can see pretty much. You can see me. I squint a lot. because I'm struggling. But yeah, I'm managing, so it's good. Thank you for noticing. Hi, Princess Sophia. All right, Opal, thank you so much for sharing this out. And okay, and everybody else who shared it out, thank you so very, very much. So, anyhow, welcome, welcome. So glad you're joining me this evening. So I want to say to all of you right now, let's start with the questions. This is totally like, I mean, I kind of want to say a free-for-all. It isn't, but it is, but it isn't, but it is. Like, any of the topics we're open to. This is not one specific topic tonight. So we can go left, we can go right, we can circle around, we can take whatever. We can take the expressway, we can take the freeway. We can exit on every exit, whatever we want to do tonight. So I'm going to say to all of you, does anybody want to start with a hot question? Kind of a general, okay, here we go. Thank you. Mary, can spirit see through your eyes? Do you mean in general, can spirit see through my eyes? Like through a person's eyes? That's not necessarily, though, how they do it. I want to say now, the way I answer these questions always is from my perspective, my experience, my working with clients for 20 years. I mean, it's a collective of all that information. And they don't necessarily see through our eyes, because what happens is this: we are all energy, okay? You're energy, I'm energy, the laptop is energy, the chair is energy, water's energy, trees are energy, everything is energy. So when spirit actually sees us, my belief system is they don't necessarily see us as a person, they see us as energy. So it's a little different, okay, because we're all energy. So that's kind of the way they see it. So and I always see them as like outside of me, not like part of me or in me, unless that's not even true. I was going to say unless I'm doing like trans channeling, but even then they don't necessarily come in me. So I hope that helps you with that question. Great question. So Princess Sophia says, when we have a reading, is it the job of the inspirer to bring forward our guides? So do you, oh good, Mary, it makes sense. Okay, cool. Love the questions, you guys. This is awesome. Okay, so is it the job of the inspirer to bring forward our guides? If you mean like when I'm doing readings, is it my job to bring forward your guides? Is it my job? I would say yes. And why do I say it that way? I'm funny about that because, excuse me, my nose itches, you guys. I'm kind of funny about that because I don't look at the work that I do as a job because I love it. So it's a little different. But is it my responsibility? Okay, thank you. Spirit's like, okay, use this word then if you don't like that. Anyhow. Yeah, my team could be a little snarky with me. I wonder why. Wonder if it's because I become snarky at times. Yes, I do. The human side of me. Anyhow, okay. Yes, I personally, I'll set it all up in advance, and if you've had a private one-on-one session with me, I always do a very, very brief prayer. It's like a minute prayer. And part of what I do is I ask for the communication. But I'm going to say that whenever you receive a reading, you being any of you, it doesn't hurt to talk to your spirit team before you go for that reading or connect with that psychic, hopefully me, and ask your team to come forth and be communicative and to communicate clearly with the psychic, or however you want to word it. So I think everybody has a play in it. But as for responsibility, I believe that yes, it is partly, it is part of what I do is to set that up in the energy. So I hope that helped you. Thank you. Our Inspire from, oh, no, no, no. Answered the whole thing, and then I look down and I see a no. All right, so let me go back in. All right. Our inspirer from birth. You know, Princess Sophia, I've never heard that term used then. Inspirer. Help me out a little bit, and I'll go back to the question. All right, sweetheart, please, if you don't mind. Hi, Sandy. How are you? And I see the rest of you saying our inspirer. Hi, Sarah. How are you? Our inspirer from birth to bring forward. Again, sweetheart, I've just never heard that term in regards to this, inspirer. Okay? So I'm going to offer to you, if you can word it in a different way or give me a clearer idea, then I'll be more than happy to go back to the question. Okay, sweetheart? Thank you. Hi, Jocelyn. How are you? All right, so let me see. Let me go back up here. So Ashton says, Elyse, girl, my guides keep telling me to start making candles. I can't work right now. Okay. And they keep, okay, but don't, okay. So Ashton, that's more of kind of a reading question, and tonight we're not doing readings, but I'm going to go at this generically, kind of an overall umbrella, all right? And I think that would help you. So, okay, what the heck do you do? Well, when our guides are pushing us in any direction, I would be the one to strongly urge someone to listen. Okay. No, I get the real world part of this with the money and everything else. However, we can work to manifest and create. We can throw some trust into Spirit Team's lap and say, okay, you'll help me figure this out. So in other words, if I were in a situation like yours, Ashton, and anybody can kind of take that as take it, and hers is making candles. But we can all kind of have our own slant to that and make the story work for us too, right? So the question is this, what do? Well, we ask our Spirit Team to show us the way, clear the path, but always stay under grace and in a perfect way. We trust them. We can do our part and start looking at it. I could come up with all kinds of ideas on a logical level too. How can I do this? How can I get the materials? Maybe it's a gifting for a birthday. Maybe it's, okay, Spirit, I'm not sure exactly how I'm going to afford this. So I'm going to do my job to research things, and then I'm going to hand it off to you to open up the opportunity for me to either A, have the finances to be able to buy the product or do what I want to do, or B, come up with a very creative solution on how I can obtain those items for what I want to do or obtain what I want. Okay, so a lot of it I think would stand in a little bit of the manifestation space, and also trust. Really important. Trust is so very important. So I hope that helped you a little bit, sweetie. Okay, why are we chosen on this path? Okay, so why are we chosen on this path? All right, before we reincarnate, I sometimes say come down to earth, but it's not really that, but it's, Okay, anyhow, before we come down, see, I said it, before we reincarnate, we sit with a council, and we decide and determine through a collective what we want to accomplish in this lifetime. And so it's not so much that we are chosen. I think that we choose it and we're also chosen. So I think it's kind of on both ends. We decide what maybe we want to accomplish in this lifetime. And if it's the path of spirituality, then we've contracted. And again, our council, our committee, the board, whatever you want to call them, before we as we're putting together our soul contract for this lifetime, will, have their 2 cents and put their thoughts in, and there'll be a determination whether or not this is a contract that you think you can fulfill, and so forth and so on. So I want to say that it's a combination of us being chosen and offered the opportunity, but us choosing to do it. And quite frankly, I'm hearing very clearly. So Spirit wants me to say this also, offer this up also. The other thing to remember is just because we contracted, okay, some things are complete fate and destiny. It's going to happen no matter what we do, but we still do have free will, free choice in a lot of it. And so, even if we choose something, doesn't mean we always fulfill it in this lifetime. Excuse me a minute. So I hope that helped you. I hope that made sense. Okay. Let me say hi to a few people that have just shown up. I'm so glad you're here. Hi, Angela. How are you? Glad you're joining us. Okay, let's keep going on these questions. I'm so glad you're all here. And if you're new to me, or even if you're not, welcome. I'm so glad you're joining us. Table Talk Thursdays tonight. It's just Q&A. Excuse me. I decided to open up the floor, to questions, and we'll just see which way we go. But I hope that you'll like and follow my Elyse Ann Psychic page, so you'll get notifications of when I go live. I do all kinds of things, including psychic mini reading lives. Every Wednesday I do that. I also do last minute ones, and I do all kinds of postings. So hopefully you'll be following and liking my page, and please share out this live, and also invite your friends to my page. I am doing my best to grow. This is what I do for a living, and I want to be available to help as many people as possible. So help me to do that by getting the word out about me. And that would be great. I would really appreciate it. Okay, so let's see. Next one is, okay, we're into, okay, Princess Sophia, our inspirer from birth. At conception, we are given an inspirer. And Jen, you're saying the same thing. Do you believe we are assigned at birth an inspirer? I've been told all of us are assigned one at conception. That is with us through life. I have to be honest. That's a new one to me. To be honest, I'm not negating it. I'm not saying it's true or false. That's a new term and a new thing for me. I know about our spirit guides, and maybe what people are talking about is we may have that one spirit guide that is assigned to us at birth that is there specifically to inspire us and for inspiration. But otherwise, I've never heard it before. So, very possible. My spirit team is not saying much. I have to be honest, because I'm like, and I'm feeling more like it's one of your spirit guides that gets designated the title the Inspirer. But I honestly, I'm not sure. I can just tell you what I'm being told by my spirit team. So I hope that helped you some. All right. So I think I said hello to Sarah. Yes, I did. Welcome. Okay, Jocelyn, how do you speed up a manifestation without being desperate? How do you get rid of desperation? Ooh, Jocelyn, that's a good one. Right at my heart. Yeah, I gotcha, girl. All right. The only way that I truly know how to speed up a manifestation is to give it more attention, focus, and love and energy. And you know, the thing is, Jocelyn, the trick to this is, and it can be the toughest part, I think, is letting go. You know, it's detaching, and I can manifest a lot of things, and crack me up because I'm on one of the last things I've been trying to manifest. It's so funny because I did, but I manifested it in a way I didn't want to, so we had to kind of wipe the slate clean and start over. And I get it, you know, wanting this and really, really wanting it, and the best way, as much as, you know, the hard part is our heart's in it. We really, 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 really want this for ourselves, right? It's detaching from the outcome. And it's a tough little nut to kind of do, you know, because it's so close to our heart. We want it so much. But this is the thing. The more you can let go, detach from it, Don't dig up that seed constantly. How's it going? How's it going? Where are we at? How's it going? Do your part to create it. Take your steps, take your actions, whatever it is. Do all of that. But we must, in manifestation, we must hand some of it off to spirit. Because they're the ones who create the miracles, and our human mind is very, very limited. And with that, as difficult as it is, to continue to remind yourself, divine order, divine timing, divine order, divine timing, divine order, divine timing. I've done that sometimes for years before things will show up. And I know how difficult it can be, but also remember, it's not necessarily not showing up because you're not ready, but maybe everything just isn't in order. Or if there are other people involved in this manifestation, maybe they're not ready. So the best thing to do is still keep putting one foot in front of the other and feeding it love and energy and focus on it by doing what you need to do to accomplish your part, and then trusting in spirit, communicating with them on a daily basis, okay? And just letting them know, hey, this is what I'm looking to manifest. This is my part. This is what I'm doing. I'm giving you guys the rest. So here we go. So hopefully that helped you, sweetheart. All right. Thank you. Ashton, yes, I have a terrible time with trust. It can be very, very difficult. It can. It's one of those things. So, yeah. Okay, Opal. Sorry I am going off topic. Oh, my gosh, Opal. Okay, guys. So Opal says, I'm asking for prayers. Laid my nephew to rest today. I am so very sorry for your loss. Was home about an hour, got a phone call. A very good friend of mine was found passed away in her bed by her son. Very, very sad right now, just asking for some prayers. Absolutely, sweetheart. Absolutely. So, you know what I really want to do, guys, if you're okay with it, let's just take a moment, and I'm just going to close my eyes and silently, why don't we all just send prayers out to Opal, to the families. And while we're at it, let's just take a minute and add the world to this, because we can all use some prayers. But Opal, I am so sorry. My heart goes out to you, sweetheart. So we're all going to take just, 30 seconds to a minute of quiet time and just say a couple prayers. All right? So let's do that, you guys. I'm going to say it. I'm going to say it out loud. All right? I was going to say it internally, but Spirit said say it out loud. To the highest source, to the angels, archangels, God source, the I am, creator. We ask the prayers be sent and bestowed upon Opal and her family and her friend and her friend's family, so that they may find peace and solace during this time. Comfort them with your angel wings, and allow them to know that their loved ones, though on the other side, are safe and happy. And so it is. Amen. All right. All right, guys. Thanks for letting us do that tonight. So sorry, sweetheart. You're so welcome, Opal. Much love to you, honey. Much love to you. All right. So Jen says, what happens if we don't fulfill our contract? Nothing really happens. It's just that we're going to reincarnate again and do it some other time, some other lifetime. We do have choice. We do. We have choice. Just like I contracted to do this work. Oh, I know it. It's an absolute purpose of mine. However, could I have not chosen? Could I have went, no, I don't want to do that? Or no, that's too scary? Or no, it's self-employment? I don't know. I mean, there could have been 1.5 million things. But I chose to go down this path. And so when we don't fulfill a contract, it's not like it's bad, or our spirit guides are going to punish us or admonish us for not. No, it's our choice. This is all. All of this is for ourselves, our souls. So it's kind of like we're the ones who. I don't know if I want to say have the consequences, because there's not really consequences, but have the responsibility of either fulfilling it or not. And if we choose not to, we'll just choose it for another lifetime. That's really usually what happens. just be careful if somebody tries to start telling you, oh, that's horrible, you have to fulfill this. That's fear mongering, and I don't agree with that. In everything we do, no matter what, even with our contracts, we have free will, free choice. Okay? So we can make certain decisions. It's built in. All right? Now, some of those decisions really aren't going to affect the outcome because some things are absolute fate and destiny. Absolute. So, like, no matter what you do, it's going to happen. Other things we have more say-so. So that's where some free will and free choice come in. All right? So I hope that helped. Debbie Burdett. Hello, Elyse. It's very nice to meet you. Well, Debbie, it's very nice to meet you too. I'm so glad you're joining us this evening. I hope maybe you'll throw out a question to me this evening. We're just doing a Q&A about metaphysical, inspirational, or spiritual topics. So hopefully you'll have a question. If not, glad you're here listening. All right. Natalie says, does energy switch because of positive or negative thinking, or can the energy switch on its own? That's a good question. And the answer is this. Hold on a second. Does energy switch? It cannot switch on its own, because I believe that for every action there's a reaction. So I want to almost say that to put it together with the positive and negative thinking, absolutely our positive and negative thoughts, words, and actions affect everything. Like if we're thinking negatively, it's going to have an effect on something that maybe we're trying to manifest. Because that's our perspective. And so we're putting that energy out. We're putting those thoughts out. We're saying this, that, or the other negatively. Negatively. And so, excuse me. And so, I don't believe it can switch on its own. If I am understanding your question from the perspective that I'm on, I am understanding it from my perspective. I'm thinking I have the understanding of what you're getting, what you're meaning and intending, so I answered it the way I believe you're asking it. But negative and positive thinking, it's our responsibility. And look, this is coming from a person, me. I grew up on lack. I grew up on negativity. And, inside the family, but also if you think about it, our society feeds on negativity. So it does take some for us to, kind of switch the way we look at things or say things or think things. But we do have say-so in it. It's law of attraction also. So I hope that helps. All right. So, let's see. Jen says, is there a life path set out, or do we definitely have choices? Okay, so I think I answered that. I know I'm a little bit behind on the questions and things, but I believe I did answer that. If not, Jen, you let me know. Let me go down this way here. Hi, Beth. How are you? And thank you for sharing. Do appreciate it. Oh, you guys, thank you so much for sending your prayers to Opal. You guys are amazing. I love you guys. Are just amazing. Oh, Tony. Hi, Tony. I didn't know you were on. Hi, sweetie. Okay, let's read Tony's, because she talked about an inspirer. An inspirer is a leader who stimulates and excites people by action. So I would imagine, logically thinking, that those are found rather than assigned. That's just my thoughts. I'm a very logical thinker, though. You think you're a logical thinker? I'd have to say I'm kind of with you on that. But I do think that the more I sit with it, I'm feeling more and more like I'm settling in that the inspirer is one of your spirit guides. But that they take the form of the inspirer, and that's their job throughout your life. So that's the way I'm going to kind of, even though I know we left that question a while ago, come back to it and round it off, or finish it off. So yeah, very good. Cool. Okay. Let me see here now. Jocelyn says, I've been trying to manifest my auntie back in my life to talk to me again. Unblock my number. Letting go is the hardest part. Absolutely. And again, I know I'm a little bit behind the times. When I'm trying to manage everything and answer, I can't always keep up with the comments. But yeah, so it is the hardest part because we're so emotionally attached to it. And I can tell you, though, through my own experiences, the more that I can let go and just know that if it's meant to be, it'll be, and spirit will deliver it when it's supposed to, the faster my manifestations happen. And look, we're all human. You guys, like I told you, I'm still working on some of it for myself. I have something, very, very important and dear to my heart that I've been working on creating. And so the letting go can be tough, because if we want it that much. So, yes. So, yeah, honey, just keep talking to your team and ask them to help you, and pray. You know what else, Jocelyn? I just heard it. Pray to your aunt's angels too. And when I say prayer, I don't mean necessarily religious. To me, prayer is prayer, spiritual, religion, however you pray. But that's what I would do. I would pray to your angels, but I'd also pray to her angels. All right? And always for the highest good of all. All right? Always for the highest good of all. So, all right. Hope that helped you on that. Awesome. Okay, so let's see. Do you have a daily ritual for meditation that you do every day? Good question, Jen. I don't necessarily have a... Here we go again. Okay. I do a daily ritual, yes. It's a sort of form of meditation. I don't do what most people consider the typical meditation. I end up falling asleep every time. And because I do the work that I do, it's great to be able to sit and meditate. But because I'm in this space all the time, I'm always communicating, I'm always getting information, I'm always, in that space in a way. But I do set my things up every day, definitely. Gotta remember, me doing this work as a psychic, I work with energy, and I open up to all kinds of energy, because universal energy has all types of energy in it. So I've trained, I self-trained. I did all that work a long, long, long time ago. And I have my whole ritual that I go through every day before I do my work to set up, to do the best for my clients, to do the best for myself. I mean, there are things I say and set up for all of that. And so in some ways, I guess I could say, yes, I do a daily, however, at the same time, not in the purest form of meditation. That's how I would answer it. How's that? So, okay, so hopefully that helped you. All right. Let me see. Thank you so much. Okay, let me see. I'm going down. Okay, is there a point where we no longer keep coming back? And if so, what happens to us when we no longer come back, or we get assigned a higher role? That's a great question. Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. One second. Sorry. Somebody is trying to get a hold of me, and I gotta let them know. I can't. I'm so sorry. I never do this. Okay, thank you. So sorry about that, guys. Somebody was kind of frantically trying to get a hold of me. And I had my phone on silent, but I happened to notice it. Okay, thank you for your patience, everyone. Yes, I'm real. I'm a person. Okay. All right. There is a point where we no longer come back, and I have to say yes, but several things go into that. It's a choice. There comes a point that we've ascended to a point. You see, that's when we were an ascended master. Let's put it to you that way. I was going to take the long road there, but Spirit's like, no, just get to it. I'm like, okay. So, is there a point where we no longer keep coming back? Yes. Usually that's when we've hit that ascended master level, right? And so we can come back if we choose to, even once we hit the ascended master level. So you were asking, are we assigned a higher role? Yes. That's where I believe we become an ascended master or another higher level soul. Yes. But remember that even if we haven't hit that level, we don't have to come back. It's up to us. If we want to grow, and expand our soul, right? That is a reason to come back and reincarnate. Okay. But this is the way I believe in these things. Jesus, Buddha, Muhammad, Allah, they all ascended masters. And so, they came back to the earth as ascended masters. I'm very much aligned with the Christ consciousness energy. I work a lot within that space, love and compassion, right? And so, he walked the planet with that. He was an ascended master. He walked the planet spreading the religion of love and compassion. And so, he came back as an ascended master for that lifetime. Did he have to? Probably not. We have a choice. All right, so I hope that helped you. All right, Claire says, I'd love to hear your view on alcohol. Is it really that bad for spiritual development, ascension, etc.? Or can it be a valid experience to let go and express authentically parts of ourselves? All right, good question, Claire. And the same could be said about marijuana, other mood-enhancing drugs. I think I've heard varying opinions on it. I know some spiritual teachers that say, absolutely not, don't touch alcohol, don't touch any recreational, don't touch anything. No, clean, clear, eat clean, do this clean, do everything clean, and that's really where you go. With your cleanest connection, all right, for spiritual development and ascension. However, I don't know if I'm a complete advocate of you got to be completely clean in that way. Only because several reasons why. First of all, we don't want to be so over the top or so on mood enhancers that we are not thinking straight or we're out of sorts or so, we're drunk. No, because that definitely deadens our senses in many ways, and we're not going to be connected, and we're not going to necessarily be the best gatekeepers for the energy too, as to what type of energy we're letting in, right? So, however, in moderation or, I don't see why it's an issue, to be honest. I think that sometimes taking it a certain way or to a certain amount, it loosens us up some. So I can't say it's good or bad. And then again, I don't label things good or bad. I very rarely would I ever use that terminology because I just believe there are just things, But I don't, Claire, I'm a firm believer. You go with what you feel, girl, because we're human too, and like. I'm not a big drinker, but if I want a couple of beers or a few beers, whatever, I'm going to do it. I'm not going to do it when I'm doing readings. I never will drink alcohol or any of that stuff when I'm in my psychic work. Absolutely not. That to me would be incorrect. That to me, I would say, let's look at ethics. Okay? But in your own time, to me, I don't see why not. I think it's absolutely okay. So hopefully that helped you. But I will emphasize again, I do not agree at all to be on mood-enhancing drugs or alcohol when doing this work as a psychic. Absolutely not. Never. That's, to me, very unethical. I take my work very seriously and to heart. And I do see people on the lives, on Facebook Lives, doing things like that, and I can't look because it upsets me tremendously because I feel it's not professional. It's doing the work that we do. It's really doing a huge disservice. But hey, I'm off my soapbox now, so thanks for listening. So Sandy asks, I know not everyone has a twin flame, but what if you meet your twin flame in this lifetime and he or she runs from the connection and doesn't come back in this lifetime? Do you meet again in another lifetime? Okay. So, with that, that's a very good question. So, lots of people believe the twin flame connection coming together is to work things out too. So it's kind of, to me, the way I would answer that is, if you've worked it out, you probably don't have to meet in another lifetime. If you didn't work it out, see, well, as I'm getting into this, I'm like, it's not so simplistic. Now, is it, Elyse Ann? My spirit team's telling me. I'm like, okay. And they're like, but what about A and B, and then dot the C, connect the C, and I'm like, okay, getting there. So this is how I'm going to answer this. I just love spirit. It depends. If you got what you need out of it, or can get your lessons a different way, then you don't necessarily have to come back together. See, it's so complicated and intricate. It's not really, it just all depends on circumstances, I think. Okay? And if that other person got what they needed to, or got it from some other way, then maybe you don't need to come back. But if one or both of you didn't kind of get it worked out, if you will, I would say that you will come together in another lifetime. Because all the people that are in your worlds, lifetimes, guys, lifetimes. Sometimes it's because we need to continue to work things out. Sometimes because we have worked things out, we want to come from a different perspective. All kinds of things. It's all kinds of fun, isn't it? So I hope that helps you, Sandy. Okay, Jocelyn says, how do I know who my auntie's angels are? I know my guardian angels, but don't know how I would pray to her angels. I usually pray to God and visualize positive outcomes. Okay, I like that question, and I'm sorry I was a little bit behind the times on that, Jocelyn, because I answered your question about praying to her angels too. This is the thing, and that's really a great question, because I do have clients say to me, hey, Dana, how you doing? Welcome. I do have clients say to me, hi, Jenny, welcome. I do have clients say to me, like, how do I know who my angels are? Don't I need to know who they are? And I'm a firm believer that we don't necessarily have to know. Like, do I know each of my angels personally? I have to be honest. No, I just know they're all there. Do they step up? Do I love each and every one of them? Absolutely. Right? But you see, the thing is I totally trust and believe they're all there. So do I need to know who somebody else's angels are or who my angels are? Yes, it's a nice thing, and I do know who they are, but I don't know who they are, if that makes any sense. I don't know who they are, but I do know who they are. Okay, there's your answer. I gotta laugh at myself because I just... All right, moving along. Basically, all you have to do, honey, honestly, is you can say, I'd like to speak with, I'd like to pray to Aunt, whatever her name is, angels. Aunt so-and-so's angels. And ask them to come forth. And praying to God is awesome. That too. Mm-hmm. So I hope that helps you, honey. And visualizing positive outcomes, awesome. Good job. Love it. Okay. Hope that helped you, honey. Thank you so very much. Jocelyn asks, when you die, can you stay in heaven forever with God and not come back? Can we stay on the other side? Absolutely. Absolutely. We don't have to come back. No, nobody's going to force us. And that's the fun part of all this. Because guess what? You chose this lifetime and you contracted for all that stuff. Sometimes I throw up my hands and I look up and I go, what was I thinking, right? So, yeah, we chose it, guys. Good job. Woo! All right, Jocelyn's asking, here we go. Let me catch up here. Okay, so Jocelyn's asking, what's your opinion on Jesus' second coming? When do you see it happening? I never really sat and thought about it. I have to be honest, Jocelyn. To me, and this is me coming from a very spiritual space, being a psychic and doing the work that I do. I believe that Jesus in his own way is already on this planet. What do I mean? The energy, the Christ consciousness that a lot of, or some spiritual leaders work within. The second coming, it's more religion based, and that's okay. I'm just not in the religion wheelhouse. I'm in the spiritual wheelhouse. So, again, when you say, when do you see it coming? I have to be honest. I'm being told also, not just my belief. I'm getting this from my spirit team. You guys know that I'm always tapped in. And so some of this information is me, my brain, but a lot of it, they're channeling to me too. I'm hearing very clearly, Jesus's energy is already on this planet Earth. And if you think about the ascension that's happening, oh gosh, I'm getting chills all over my body. Give me a minute, guys. When the chills come like this, I gotta let it pass. I love that energy. Woo, Jesus's energy. Okay, thank you. All right, woo! That was great. Sorry. Not going to get back to what I was saying. The ascension. We're seeing a lot go on, this is my perspective. We're seeing a lot go on in this world, and a lot of the dark shadow side has really reared its ugly head, especially in the last decade or so. And it's just getting worse. And if you think about this, there's a battle going on between the dark and the light. And even though it doesn't look like the light is winning, we're winning, guys. Why do you think they're screeching so much? You know what I'm saying? Why do you think all of this is coming out of the shadows? Because they're coming out of the shadows to fight against the light. Because we are ascending. You can feel it. You can see it. You can see how many people are awakening to this. A decade ago, even some of this was so stigmatized. Now, there might be some out there still. I know there is, but we have gone more and more mainstream. So that's the ascension, you guys. That's the growth. That's the vibration, the frequency, ascending. It's just beautiful. And that, my dears, are why we signed up for this lifetime. Because we wanted to be part of what I'm going to say is a solution. Because the only thing that exists is love. And we are on a mission to let every human being know and hopefully feel and experience love and compassion in its purest form. Because that's all that really exists. And that is the most beautiful thing ever. All right. So I hope that helped you. All right. Jen Acker. This is when I was talking about the drinking and all that. Yeah, obviously saw someone doing live readings and this person was drinking and tipsy and it was a real turn off. Yeah, I agree with you there. I've seen all kinds of things on these lives, and it's horrifying to me. Because you guys who have been with me enough, you just had chills go through your body too, Beth. Yeah, right. You guys have been, with me enough to know that I really respect and honor the work that I do. I have ethics with this, and there's certain professionalism. I won't cross that line. This is an honor to me to do what I do. Believe me, we all have this ability, but I feel very honored. And I don't take it lightly. I take it with a lot of respect and a lot of gratitude. I've seen them eating. I've seen them vaping. I've seen them smoking cigarettes. I've seen them smoking marijuana. I've seen them drinking. I've seen them swearing. I've seen all kinds of things, and I'm just like, okay. And yeah. So it's unfortunate, but yeah. All right, so Opal asks, when you were doing a reading and you say spirit said this or that, do you hear the spirit voice? Is that how you know who it is? Natalie, okay, I'll get to that in a minute, Opal, but several of you are like, Beth says, I just had chills. Natalie says, I have chills all over my body. Jocelyn said, God's love is stronger than all the bad things going on. Absolutely, love is strong. Love trumps all. Love trumps all, period. Absolutely. I'm 1000% with you on that, Jocelyn. Absolutely. That is the highest vibration. The white light, it's God's source, the creator, I am. Absolutely, I'm with you. All right, yeah, we love that. All right, okay, so when you were doing a reading and you say Spirit said this or that, do you hear the Spirit voice? Is that how you know who it is? Interesting way of, okay, so let me explain this. When I say Spirit to me is my collective. So I don't necessarily distinguish Spirit, my Spirit team. Is it my guides? Is it the masters? Is it the teachers? Is it the angels? Again, for me, I just know it's one of the highest vibrations, and I'm okay with that. Think about that too. For me, if I'm doing this work, I'm not going to stop every time and go, oh, who are you? Oh, who is this time? Right? I just have my team. We set it all up. It's the highest vibrations. I will not. That's why I do my daily. Absolutely. I connect with the highest vibrational beings, including God source, creator, the I am, and the Christ consciousness energy. Those are two I do name specifically. All right. But yeah, when I say they said this or that, I am hearing it. I receive my psychic information with all the different clairs. There are 6 clairs. Okay. So hearing, I did that. I almost want to hear, yeah. Hearing, seeing, there's a knowing, you just know. There's clairsentience, it's just a feeling. And then there's clear, I've heard it called 2 different things. I think claircentrist is smelling, and clairgustant is tasting. I get the taste and the smell rarely, but it has happened. So, yes, when I say Spirit said this, most times it is that I am hearing them, but the reason I want to clarify that is when I get information, I will sometimes get it just hearing, just seeing, just feeling, just knowing, smelling, or tasting occasionally. But, okay, so let's focus on the main 4, okay? But many times, not always, probably 50-50, I'll also get in the combination of 2 or more clairs. So sometimes I'll see and hear. Sometimes I'll just feel it and see it. I mean, I get it all different ways. But I hear it. And the way to distinguish sometimes, some people think that you're going to hear it in your head. Some people think you're going to hear it outside of you. Depends. Lots of times you're going to hear it inside your head. That's what makes it a little confusing. Excuse me. But, sorry, I'm thinking. I'm rereading the question and I'm thinking and I'm pointing at the question. Like you're like, what are you pointing at? What are you doing? That's what I'm doing. I'm thinking, I'm looking, I'm listening to Spirit. I'm doing 5 things at once. All right, no wonder I got a little lost in the weeds, as they say, right? I'm back out of the weeds, guys. I'm back. Okay, so that gives you a little idea. But yeah, and again, remember, guys, I've been doing this professionally for 20 years. So I know. I mean, I got my relationship with my team, and it is very, very strong. So that's many times how I know. And I know who I've set up to connect with. So, and if it is ever anything but, I will know. Because I know. I'm either told by my own team, I can feel it, I can sense it, I'm very, very, very in tune to the energy. I can pick it up. So, and then I'm an empath too, so that adds to all of how I receive. I'm that much more sensitive. So hopefully that helps you, honey. Thank you. Okay, so Jocelyn says, when I pray to my angels or my auntie's angels, will they speak to me or give me a vision? How do you even pray to angels? Oh, you brought up the shadows at night, Jocelyn. I'm so glad you did, because I did make a list of some questions in case you guys either got shy on me in the beginning or anywhere along the way, but that was one of them, that I'm seeing things out of the corner of my eye. Okay, we're going to see if we can get to that. We're kind of hitting the wrap-up stage, but Jocelyn says, how do you even pray to angels? Same way you pray to God, sweetheart. You put it out there. You talk to them. And will they speak to you or give you a vision? They might. You can always ask them to also. You can say, hey, and or let me feel you. Always, guys, the one very important thing, whenever we ask our team for anything, our angels, God source, whoever, spirit guides, whatever it is, always please add under grace and in a perfect way, easily and effortlessly. because spirit does not discern. They don't make judgments on these words and thoughts that we send to them. They're just the receiver. They don't go, oh, she didn't mean that. They just go, oh, okay. See, because it's our free will, and they cannot step on our free will. They cannot trespass on our free will. That's universal law. So, all right, very careful with words and things like that, okay, and thoughts. Okay, let's hit this last one here. Sometimes I see shadows at night. Sometimes I see shadows at night. Is it my guardian angels watching over me? Sometimes when I try to sleep, I hear whispering or footsteps walking towards my bed, and it terrifies me. Sometimes I feel my bed moving. Yes, okay. Not angels, my love. Okay, now, a lot of people say, what is that? It's just spirit. Now, people go, oh my God, it's dark. Oh, that's bad. No, not necessarily. They're showing up, and that's the way they can be seen. Think about it. That's the way they can be seen, right? Because if we're in a lit room, it's lit, and they can't be seen as energy because that's light. Okay? So it's not necessarily a bad or negative thing. Okay, that's where I want to start. Okay? You are a lighthouse. When we are open, we become a lighthouse. When we're open psychically or open to the other side or whatever it is, we do become a lighthouse, almost like we send out a beam. So, several things. You can ask your spirit team to help you to dim your lights just at night for sleeping. Or no, let me cancel clear that. Let's not go there. I'm not liking that wording at all. Okay. You can ask your angels and your spirit team at night to shield you and protect you. You can also ask your angels that you receive restful and rejuvenating sleep. You also have the right to say, okay, guys, spirit, any of you that want to walk around here at night or come bother me at night, I'm asking you right now, you say with love, no fear, just love, no anger, just love. I'm asking you to leave me alone tonight, please. I'm asking you to leave me alone. If you hear them or whatever, you can ask them to leave. You can always, sweetheart, ask Archangel Michael to be around. You can ask Archangel Michael to come in and clear the energy. Archangel Michael is a protector, shielder, and clears negative energy or uncomfortable energy. So you can just say, Archangel Michael, please stand guard with me this evening, as I sleep, and please clear any and all negative and uncomfortable energy that does not belong. Simple as that. He's a blue energy, okay? And so that hopefully will help you, talking to your angels, asking them, your spirit team, asking them to shield you, Archangel Michael also. All right? Okay. Debbie says, I can do short healings for others. Is there a way I can help to heal a little of myself? Debbie, that is a question. I have to be honest. I think we'd have to go into a session on that one. Because I would really need to know, what type of healing are you doing? How are you prepping yourself? Are you, do you have a certain modality? There's a lot to that. And I am a Reiki master teacher, energy healer. So I do energy work and I do healing work. And so to be responsible in answering your question, I would have several questions for you. So out of fairness, I don't want to answer it because I do not want to mislead you in any way. That would not be something I would want to do. All right. So yeah, I gotta be, I want to, and the reason I'm saying this, Debbie, is not so much to go, come see me. It's more, it's really my way of protecting you in some ways. All right. Really, because this work that we do, if you're opening up to energy and doing healings, we need to make sure that you are taking care of you first and what you need to do, the tools you need and things like that. So that's why I'm answering it the way I am. I hope you understand. All right. All right. Opal says, so if I sit and concentrate really hard and talk to one of my loved ones, ask them a question, will I hear their voice? No, because you're concentrating. So that means you're in your mind. That's exactly where we're not going to get the information or the communication. And that's where people do get a little stuck. We're at the hour, but let me try and wrap this up. with, I want to try and get to the last two comments here, but let me see. We're kind of running over time, but really, Opal, it's about getting in a quiet space. And then the best thing to do, and this is for everybody, of course, the best thing to do is to talk to them, put it out there with no expectations, and then just sit quietly. And not thinking, focus on your breathing. Focus on your breathing. Focus on your breathing. Because when we start to concentrate, that's a head thing, that's a mind thing. All right, Opal, I hope that helps you. Okay, Jocelyn said, I've had nightmares in the past where I have sleep paralysis, but feel like something is dragging me underneath my bed and I'm screaming for help but can't move. And Tony says, oh my God, me too. Just last week I had the exact same thing happen. Okay, so I'm going to say to both of you and anybody else, I'm going to very strongly suggest that you ask Archangel Michael to come and clear out your living space, your sleeping space especially, your living space, and do some work in that way and just talk to your angels. I will say, I'm just going to throw it out there, I do remote space clearing too. I'll do whole homes. And I've done quite a few of those recently, especially. I love doing them. They're awesome. And we can look at all that and see what energies need to be cleared too. So just putting it out there. Devin says, I'm tempted to give my, okay, Devin, I am so glad that you are here this evening. However, tonight is, Table Talk Thursdays. Wednesday at 11 a.m. Arizona time is my psychic mini reading lives that I do, and then I do last minute ones. So just make sure you're liking and following my Elyse Ann Psychic page, all right? And so if I listen to YouTube versions on Reiki, energy healing, and manifestation while I'm sleeping, can it help speed up manifestation, helping my auntie reach out to me? It could. Just make sure it's reputable. What music it is, that there's nothing subliminal or anything, which is really like odd that I'm even saying that, but it must be spirit sending just a cautionary. Okay, so all right, guys, I think we hit it. Woo! I got it all out there. You guys were great. I absolutely love this. All the questions were fabulous. Like I said, I even had a list, and you guys only touched on one of them. So maybe we'll do this again sometime. This was fun. I kind of liked it. What did you guys think? You let me know. All right. So in the meantime, let's see. What do I have to say? Oh, my normal stuff. I don't even know if I feel like promoting anything right now. Yeah. Okay. One thing. I keep hearing it. Email list, email list. I'm like, okay, I'll tell them about the email list. If you're interested and guided, go to my website, ElyseAnnPsychic.com. Not only will you learn more about me and the services that I provide and offer and how I came to be with all of this, but also on my homepage, if you would like to sign up for my monthly, well, actually, it's my email list, and included in that exclusively monthly is a 3-card channel message that I send out to my email list exclusively every month. Plus, you'll also be one of the first to know about any events, any specials, anything, any announcements I have, anything that's going on. So feel free to do that. All right, so Opal says, thank you for your everyday inspirational quotes. Have a great weekend. Thank you, thank you. It was so much fun. Thank you. It was nice getting to know you for the first time, and I'm looking forward to hearing from you again real soon. Blessed be. Debbie, I hope very much that you are liking and following my Elyse Ann Psychic page, and you have your notifications set at favorites. You're going to get all kinds of great postings. I do channel card messages on Mondays and Fridays. Also, I do these lives that are scheduled. I just do last minute ones. So welcome. So glad that you joined us this evening for your very first time. And so everybody, as I always sign off, right? Have a great rest of your evening, morning, or afternoon, depending upon where you are in the world. I'm sending many blessings and much love to each and every one of you. Mwah! Until we see each other again. Take real good care, you guys. Bye.